And now Gene's going to start with a gory new thriller called Scanners.
Now, viewers of this program should know by now that I have a very low tolerance for gory movies, but I must admit that I enjoyed Scanners, even though it contains a scene where a human head explodes. I was intrigued by the plausibility of the story. That's why I like it. It's about a special breed of people called scanners who are able to focus their brain waves on other people to make them do whatever the scanners want. For example, there's Stephen Lack, who possesses the same supernatural ability, and he causes havoc when he scans the brain of an old woman in a shopping center restaurant.
Will you look at that fellow over there? I mean, I've never seen anything so disgusting in all my life.
I'll tell you something. He's staring at us. I think he's looking at us. I think we're being picked up.
Oh, it's too awful.
Can you believe it?
I don't know how they can let creatures like that in here. Really.
You get the idea. You don't want to compete with that guy in a staring contest. That young man is really a pawn in a power game being played by two scientists, one good, one evil. The bad scientist wants to use a whole bunch of scanners to take over the world. Patrick McGowan is the good scientist who tries to help Stephen Lack control his scanning power. In this scene, McGowan takes him to a yoga master to teach him how to control his brainwaves.
I want you to slowly release your scan, slowly, with focus. I want it to touch his heart, but not his brain. Understand? Telepathy is not mind reading. It is the direct linking of two nervous systems separated by space. I want you to make a link from your brain to his heart. I want your brain to make his heart beat faster. Now, if his heart beats too quickly, then he will take over control of his heart and slow it down. Don't worry about him. All you have to do is make his heart beat faster. Fast. 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 End your scan. End it. Stop him. End it. End it.
corny? Well, a little, but I got involved in it. I was never bored by Scanners, and I think I know why. This movie turns out to be a very complicated little thriller that actually convinces us that scanners could exist. In other words, it's not just a cheap shocker where all we notice are the special effects. Instead, in Scanners, we buy the premise and we follow the story. I think it's a good little thriller.
It's a good little thriller. I never bought the premise, and I never really bought the story either. I don't think there are really scanners, and so I don't think it's plausible. I know that the movie was directed by somebody that horror film fans think is a real young genius, David Cronenberg, who also directed They Came From Within and The Brood. I think we've seen both of those films. I don't know. I admired his craft in this film. I thought he did a good job of directing it, but I never got involved in the people. I never thought of it as their story. So I was just watching actors going through this business, and then you get they're thinking real hard at each other, and heads are exploding, and I'm thinking, oddly enough, I can admire the technique, but I don't care.
Well, I got involved in the story, as I mentioned, and I got involved for three reasons. One, I do believe, or like to believe, and I enjoy believing that scanners exist. I like the idea that people could burrow into each other's brains. Two, I like the idea that it would be used, and I think it is plausible, that intelligence communities would experiment and use scanners to attack other people.
That I believe.
And three, I love one of the big payoff scenes at the end where this guy does battle with a computer. I love the idea that a human being's brain can be more powerful than a computer. I think it is, and I love the idea that that's the battle in the movie. So I got involved.
Well, it is also neat the way Cronenberg takes just ordinary props, like when the guy attacks the computer, he does it over the telephone, and all you really see is a telephone, but in your mind, all of these amazing things are happening. So, a lot of craft in it anyway, but I still vote no. You vote yes. Okay.
I enjoyed the brainwave thriller Scanners, but Roger didn't care about the characters, and that's why there's a yes next to my name and a no next to Roger's. He can't recommend you see it. I can. Scanners is rated R for good reason. It's very violent.